Hello, welcome to New York Sofalites. I am here with my oldest friend and my sister, so I guess oldest friends. And there's a lot going on in the world, and we have a lot of thoughts on it, and we're here to talk about them with you. So today we are talking about can. Is that correct? Can, not con.
Can. I think we're saying can.
Yeah.
I think in the year of our Lord 2025, we're saying can.
We're saying can. We can do it. And first of all, how is everyone? What's your relationship to can? How do you feel about it? General thoughts about it.
I mean, I love the Cannes Film Festival. I feel like this kind of kicks off what eventually like snowballs into award season somehow. It's like, you know, the yachts are out normally, the titties are out. We have some thoughts about that this year, but it's always a great time, always great fashion. Most of the time for the past few years, we've seen Oscar contenders roll out at Cannes, so it's always exciting.
Definitely. How about you, Steph?
Yeah, I think I love Cannes for the fashion mostly.
Yeah.
Although the movies are definitely an interesting footnote, but
Oh yeah, Stephanie is here. We're having some technical difficulties, so she's off camera, but she's here.
I'm off camera. I'm very mysterious today.
Yeah,
off
today she's in
camera.
spirit. But yeah, I agree. I think I'd say 50-50 fashion and music, though or not music, see movies. I also think there's like a lot of can lore. Like there's a lot of people. I think you know, the story is Grace Kelly met the King of Monaco at Cannes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and some French actors were discovered at Cannes. So there's a lot of lore that old Hollywood embodies, I think, there.
Harrison Ford discovered shorty shorts at Cannes.
Helped everyone out in the world.
Or we discovered Harrison Ford in shorty shorts
Yeah,
at
at
Cannes.
Yes.
Either way, we're grateful.
Either way, we won, so it's great. But yeah, so I do think the movies are really interesting. I don't usually like get to watch them obviously right away. A lot of them aren't released yet, but I like reading about them and I like looking at the fashion. So the big news about Cannes this year was the dress code. Are you guys familiar?
Yeah, I mean, this is all new. I think no one was familiar. This like dress code news dropped like 24 hours before the festival started. So I think a lot of people were surprised. Nobody more than poor Diane Kruger, who like so obviously was going to wear like a sheer top, and then it looked like her stylist like just threw like a napkin on underneath to like cover the nipples.
Unfortunate. Yeah, I'm looking at a picture now. I mean, she's beautiful. She has a lovely headband on, just to plug
It made me
headbands.
think of Stephanie.
Yeah,
the headband.
yeah. Headband's very Stephanie. But she has this dress, which, you know, I think could be nice. But yeah, you're right. It's basically like someone wrapped a nice silk napkin around her neck and tacked it in there, you know.
Yeah.
Oh.
But Gretchen, you were saying that these rules didn't apply to like every part of the festival.
Yeah, so I was confused because I kept seeing all these people breaking the rules. And I'm like, how are they getting away with this? And then I realized that I guess on the red carpet only they were supposed to be followed, and then those side events when they're like standing in front of the backdrops and like
The photo calls.
Yeah, and there's like the little side things. I don't know exactly what you call those, but yeah, the photo calls with that kind of thing. I guess they could break the rules,
Okay.
or wear whatever they want. But we definitely still have some rule breakers that we're going to talk about that are in the photo calls more than the red carpet. But I think that was interesting too. Yeah. So
I just don't know why Cannes wants to deny us a nipple. And
it's just so weird because they're French. Why do they
Right?
care?
Were they like, no, you guys have overdone it. It's too many nipples. We have to institute some rules on the nipples.
Very weird. Like,
Honestly, like the trains I can live without. Like they're right. It does slow down the red carpet process when it takes like 5 attendants to do your train like you're getting married. Although it didn't stop people from wearing wedding gowns on the carpet, and
Oh yeah.
we can talk about that.
Wait. Okay. We'll talk about the wedding gown. Yeah. But yeah, no, I get it. I guess I just was like, of all groups, why these? Why the can people?
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. You'd think it'd be like the Emmys or something that were like, no, FCC. I don't know.
It's possible that this rule is already standing at the Emmys.
Yeah, true.
It's
But
probable.
true. But do you feel like that's probably true?
I don't think that Quinta Brunson is going to come to accept her Emmy with her tits out, but maybe.
True. Good point. I guess
You never know.
I guess maybe everyone was like, "Oh, Cannes is the place we can do this," so they brought out everything sheer, and then they're like, "Okay, a little much, guys. Like, back it off." But, yeah. I guess that's my only theory, but it was surprising because this is supposed to be more avant-garde festival, so
And a lot of the fashion was, I think, people recovered well.
Yes,
they made it work.
Agreed. Yeah. So, do we have any? Well, do you want to talk about some rule breakers first, or our favorite looks first?
Yes, let's call out the rule breakers.
Okay. So, poor Dan Kruger, first of all.
Poor Diane.
Always gorgeous, but maybe some last minute switcher-ups, perhaps. Yeah, and then I guess I don't know what the limit of the train was supposed to be. They said like excessive trains, but
Right. So like I feel like Heidi Klum was
She
probably she overdid it. It was
Yeah.
too much train.
yeah.
I feel like this was a glaring example of breaking the rules at Cannes, and I
Yes.
loved it.
The dress was pretty amazing. That pink
The dress was
kinda.
gorgeous. She
Yeah.
looked beautiful. I mean, she always
Yeah.
looks beautiful, but
Yeah. So Stella Maxwell, who I'm not really familiar with. I guess she's an actress, but she wore this black sheer lace dress that was definitely see-through. It's not super overt. Long sleeves, had a train as well. Not an excessive train, but a train.
yeah,
So, yeah.
like a little train. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely sheer, definitely train, definitely beautiful.
Yes, for sure. The Dakota Johnson was skating on the edge for a couple of looks, but again, not always on the red carpet, but
Yes.
definitely embracing the sheer in this season of her life, I guess.
There was definitely one sheer that I felt like I don't know, she really owned it, and I really liked
for
it. It was
sure.
like kind of like a demure sheer, like it was maybe like when you didn't mean to wear something sheer, but then a camera flashes and you can see right through it.
Yeah.
Like it kind of had that effect.
I liked that one. I thought that looked really good on her. It was like a silvery kind of gold, that one.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was really beautiful, and
Yeah.
I loved the purple fringe dress that she wore.
Yeah, like the
I think
pinky
that might have
purple
been
one.
like my favorite look. Yeah, it was like a lavender fringe
Yeah.
situation. I thought she looked so gorgeous.
Yeah, I agree. And I love that look on her. I thought she did a great job. Her stylist is doing a great job. Whoever's doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then who else? The Spencer sisters, they had so interesting. I'd never seen them before. I might be the only one, but I guess they're the nieces of Princess Diana. And
Yes.
they had a little bit of a train, but nothing too much, I'd say. So probably
Not
not
egregious.
Not egregious, for sure. I think I'm not sure I put her on the list, but I think Imogen Poots was on the red carpet, and she had some sheer stuff going on.
Did she? She
Yeah.
was in. Well, when it was the premiere of her film, the Kristen Stewart film, she and Kristen and I think the other actress were all in Chanel, and she looked great.
Okay. Yeah, she has this Rodarte dress. I guess it was at the Bono premiere, the Bono Stories of Surrender premiere, 2023 Rodarte. It's not showing anything, like it's covering her breasts and her pelvis. What would we call that? I guess
Her
her vagina. I don't know.
vagina. It's
Yeah.
covering her vagina.
It's covering like more than that, but yes, it's like covering her hips. Like but it's definitely sheer. So it's not like any nudity there. So I guess it's not really breaking any rules.
So is the rule that it's like no sheer period, or is the rule that like you just can't be showing your tits?
I thought it was more about tits, but I don't know if they said like explicitly that.
It just says no sheer or naked dressing, which like seems vague. And then like it was more detailed about like the voluminous trains and
Yeah, okay. So it says full nudity is not prohibited on the red carpet. But who does that aside from Bianca what's her name?
Sensori.
Sensori.
Yeah, I don't think that Bianca was invited to Cannes.
No, definitely not. And so it does, I really don't think that was the case. It said, but I mean, like, if we're going to go, it says, all I can see is sheer, see-through, or overly revealing gowns. But we're going to talk about overly revealing. Then, like, there's Bella Hadid, who had that real side booby one. So I don't know. I guess we could see it go many. And, like, what does sheer mean? Does that mean we just can't see
right?
your
Like,
boobs?
sheer in what way can do better?
Yeah. Be clear.
No wonder everyone was breaking the rules. They were just, it wasn't enough. We didn't have enough to go on.
Yeah. But, so any other rule breakers that stood out to us?
I think that those were like the major ones, although there is, I don't know if I'm going to even be able to pronounce this woman's name, but there was an actress from China who wore literally the biggest dress I've ever seen in my life. Just this like enormous white gown. It was so gorgeous. It had all these like wonderful layers and stuff. It probably was like 15 feet around.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that was against the rules.
Yeah, Wan Zhanhui. Stephanie, you studied in China for like a couple weeks, right? Can you help us with names?
No, I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry.
Well,
jeez.
whoever she is, she looked incredible, and that dress was
Yeah.
incredible. And honestly, like, if I already had that thing shipped to Cannes, there's no way I'm not
No.
wearing it on the carpet.
No.
So she made the
Yeah.
right decision.
Yeah.
I mean, how enforced are the rules? Like, is anyone getting
like kicked
like
out?
not let on to the carpet or dragged off of the carpet?
Unclear.
Unclear. I don't know.
Because I feel like if there's no repercussions, or maybe they'll be super passive aggressive about it and be like, "You're not allowed next year because you couldn't handle it this year." I don't know.
That
Yeah.
sounds kind of like more the Cannes personality.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't make a scene. Just don't let them back.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably it. Yeah. But
So we'll see who doesn't turn up next year, and then we'll know.
and then we'll know, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to make a list of all the rule breakers this year and see who's allowed
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, for sure. But all right. Any favorite looks? Steph, did you have any favorites?
I mean, I did like the Dior moments from Jennifer Lawrence and Natalie Portman. I thought those were really pretty, like the structured Dior stuff. And yeah, none of it was blatantly breaking rules or being distracting.
Yeah.
I thought those looks were really beautiful. I mean, the Natalie Portman one too is such an iconic
Yeah.
dress from Dior.
For sure.
Yeah, those were beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love when she does a Dior recreation. She's done it a couple of times, and it is always spot on.
Yeah, and that little structured mini dress, that was great.
Yeah.
I mean, she always nails it.
Yeah, she does. But I also liked Elle Fanning.
She had, I think it was like an Elie Saab. It kind of had that look to it. Gown. It was kind of like
Like the
beaded
floral.
and floral, like very form fitted.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
And I also loved her Joachim Trier T-shirt, and I thought she was nailing it.
Yeah. I
This
thought
Wait,
that
are we
was great.
talking about Dakota Johnson or Dakota
No, we're
Fanning?
talking about Elle
We're talking about
Fanning.
Elle Fanning.
But I
Okay,
I put a dress
sorry.
in. I put a dress in the list that was not from this year. That might have gotten sheer stuff banned this year because it was pretty sheer, but I was mistaken. But yeah, Elle Fanning did great in general. I think she had those like the nice sparkly like plunge one. I thought it was really pretty.
You know who I also loved was that British actress Simone Ashley, who was in the
Yes.
white Vivienne Westwood. I thought that was so pretty.
Yeah.
And I really liked the white, and I liked that it didn't look like too bridal. It just looked like a really chic
I don't know if I
dress.
saw that one. I'm gonna look it up. But I did
It's
think she
really
did great.
pretty. That's with like it had kind of like the wings at the neckline. Like
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
And it did not look bridal. It looked, this is how like you wear a white dress at Cannes. There were some white dresses that did look really bridal, and that's not my favorite.
Yeah, so I want to hear about those, but because I am curious. Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah. Oh, wow. Beautiful, like, structure. Vivienne Westwood is always amazing.
Yeah.
It looks great on
Beautiful
her.
structure, right?
Yeah, yeah, amazing. But, and then I know we all loved, the guys did really well. A lot of them did really well.
Oh my
I
God.
dare say they might have stolen the show.
Yeah,
The red
yeah.
carpet. What do we think?
One guy in particular.
Which
who-
one?
Well, I feel like this might be a hot take because I feel like it's a tie for like first and then like a very close second place between Alexander Skarsgård, one of our favorites, and Pedro Pascal, one of our other favorites.
Yes.
Two of my favorites. Two of
Yeah.
my personal favorites.
And like doing such very, very different things, which like Pedro Pascal just like absolutely taking the internet out at the knees with like essentially a tank top.
Yeah. And they're
I
like,
know.
great.
I was like, what about that dress code? What's
Yeah.
happening?
Oh
That's
my
true.
God.
That's true. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
straight to jail for those guns.
I know.
But
I was like, way to distract us from the other dress code.
Yeah.
and then yeah, Skarsgård just like really brought it in like many different things. He like borrowed Pedro Pascal's thigh high YSL leather boots.
Oh, they were
and
both wearing them?
Pedro wore them a
Yes.
few weeks ago.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I thought he wore them at Cannes.
Oh, maybe
no?
he did. Cannes is so long, you guys. Like,
It's
it could have
so
been a
many
few
days.
weeks ago and have been at Cannes because
Time
Yeah.
flies.
festival is 12 fucking days long.
Oh my
like,
God.
it's so long.
So long.
That is a really long festival.
But what we have to say is that we love those boots. We love them on
Oh,
Pedro and we love them on Alexander. And he was just like given a full like kinky boots cosplay moment. And I was so into it.
Oh my God, yeah, he did wear them in March, though he might have worn them again, but he definitely wore them at the Last of Us premiere. Pedro
Yes.
Pascal.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I was
Yeah.
thinking of.
Yeah. But that's hilarious. That I just love the idea of like them like
yeah.
being in a hotel and they're like, yo man, can I borrow your boots? And he's like, yeah, sure. Even though I know that's not how it happened, I just like love that idea.
Are they the
But-
same boot? Like the same
I think
coat?
I
What are
so.
they?
believe, yes.
YSL.
Yeah.
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 I'm loving
I
it.
love that. Yeah. I just love the idea of them being like, yeah, let's like trade clothes. But
Love that for them. Men do sometimes make the best fashion girlies.
oh, for sure. And a lot of people prove that this can.
Yes, I mean Alexander Skarsgård also in like he had like on a tuxedo but with like spangly blue sequin
Oh, I
pants.
loved it. Yeah.
I also
He
love that
just had the best time.
Yeah, he just like does whatever he wants, like in acting, in everything. He's just like
On a
fucking-
red carpet.
Yeah,
Like
I just love that. Yeah.
sometimes he wears no pants. It's just
like I'm not even sure he has a
Yes, that is
stylist. I think he
true.
just like collects things and someone has to like buy them for him or something. I'm not, But,
I bet
unclear
working for
of
him,
what the process is.
working for him is either like the dream or like
Yeah.
a total nightmare. Like he's either got like Excel spreadsheets of like what to do for him, or like he wants you to read his mind,
or it's
and
like really
it's not
chaotic,
fun.
and you're supposed to have a bunch of like random stuff,
yeah.
and he's like, I like that and that and that, like on the morning of, and it's like an hour before, and you're like, get fucking dressed, and he's like, no, I'm not, it's fine, and then like, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
But
I feel like his style definitely says chaos machine to me.
yeah, it never feels like quite all together, but that's what's nice about it. Like Pedro Pascal, you can tell someone's styling him.
Yes.
But with Alexander Skarsgård, it's like someone might be, bringing a whole bunch of stuff, but he's just grabbing stuff as like 5 minutes before, I feel like. So, but yeah,
Yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to behold. And they both seemed like very much to be having a great time on the carpets.
Yeah.
And so I enjoyed watching them.
I did see an interesting write-up. I know we have a lot to talk about, so I won't go too deep into it, but about how masculinity was being expressed on this carpet and like, or at this festival in general, and like Leonardo DiCaprio, you know, kind of representing this older guard of masculinity and being a little like timid about, you know, hugging people. And he was giving, I think, Robert De Niro a Palme d'Or for whatever, lifetime achievement or whatever.
Yeah,
Or
the old guy award.
Yeah, the old guy award. And he was like, you know, just awkward about even like hugging him.
Maybe he doesn't like him.
Maybe it's
Maybe they don't get along.
But I feel like he's very like stereotypical dude, like break up with your girlfriend when she turns 25 and like, you know, I don't know. Something's up with him. I nothing against him. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I hear he's very, very nice, but in real life, but something's up with his girlfriend psychology.
It's the least cute thing about him.
I never heard anything bad about him, but then there's like the other side of, you know, these dudes who are just like, you know, hugging and not caring and, you know, doing all these queer films and like, you know, wearing thigh-high boots and stuff. So it's interesting kind of play.
Yeah, and also I don't think that they're that far apart in age.
No, they're all exactly the same age. Yeah.
It's very interesting, like to see like a young, fun, modern group of dudes and like the old guard of dudes be kind of like the same generation.
Yeah, I think Pedro Pascal and Leonardo DiCaprio are like the same age almost, like 50.
Yeah,
like
they
50s.
seem to be. So
yeah,
but they got famous at different ages, and
True.
I think people kind of get stunted at the age they get famous, you know.
That's very possible. Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah. No, I can see that. But so all the best, Leonardo DiCaprio. Hopefully he finds a woman who whatever floats your boat. What?
Who doesn't age? I don't know.
Well, I mean, who never ages.
Never ages. He's gonna get Belichicked, which is exactly what he deserves.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is.
Yeah,
and
it is.
his girlfriend has built up a really impressive portfolio of real estate. Did we talk about this?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember who I made this.
I just like that this is a verb that we can
to.
use now with men of a certain age.
Getting Belichicked. They got engaged, apparently, possibly. Anyway,
any other fashion things before we talk about some film stuff?
Well, I have to call out these people for wearing bridal gowns on
the red
carpet.
I want to hear about this, yeah.
And there was one in particular that I thought was just like particularly egregious. This person, I don't know if they're an actor. Her name is Romy Streed. And she is just wearing a bridal gown. One, in fact, that I definitely tried on when I was shopping for my wedding. And it looks fantastic on her, but I don't know. I don't know what the thought process is here.
Yeah, okay.
Like, she looks very nice, but this is not the time or place.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah.
A little
she's
uninspired.
A model. Yeah, she's a Victoria's Secret angel, right? Yeah. Yeah, not the most amazing.
I did, though, think that, this is a question, I guess, to put to the group. How did we feel about Kristen Stewart's Chanel journey at this Cannes Film Festival? And do you think that Chanel is redeemed yet, Gretchen?
I actually liked her Chanel looks. I thought they were quite nice.
Me
thought
too.
they worked for her. I thought they looked
them
great.
too.
They were working with her like femininity, masculinity thing. Like they were really working. And yes, I think when Chanel gets the right personality and the right styling, it can be amazing. It just depends, on who is wearing it, I guess. Like, I'm not even sure Chanel looks great on the runway all the time. But then when it comes out to the real world, it can really come alive. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's like, at least lately. But I loved it. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, I thought she looked great. What did we think about Emma Stone in this? It's probably Louis Vuitton. It's Louis Vuitton. The thing with the bib.
I did not love that.
I didn't either, I have to admit.
Yeah. Wasn't my favorite. It was a little too I don't know.
I don't know I feel like she's had a few missteps in Louis Vuitton for me. And like, I know that she's trying to do something interesting and something structural. And I just feel like a lot of times it's a miss. Because she's so statuesque and she can wear anything. She obviously looks amazing in clothes. And like, I get that, like, you know, you put on a ball gown and like maybe it's a little bit boring and you want to like branch out, but I don't think she's quite hit it yet. So I'm waiting for that. I don't think the people at Louis Vuitton are helping. So
I agree.
Yeah, the silhouettes are just, I would say they're not that flattering on her. It's almost like they have her colors slightly wrong.
yeah.
Like her colors, like I'm sure she's had her colors done, but it's almost like it's just a little off.
Yeah.
Yeah, always just something a little off.
I agree. And the one Louis Vuitton that she had recently that I liked was at the SNL 50th anniversary with the popcorn pockets. I thought that was really cute.
Yes. I thought that was cute too.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, I can't think of like a real standout from her lately. But you're right. Yeah, any other fun ones you want to talk about or bridal ones you want to mention?
I mean, should we talk about Jeremy Strong?
Oh, yeah, we should.
Like, what was he doing? Was he auditioning to be part of the set of the next Wes Anderson film?
Maybe.
Like, who has this many pastel suits?
He has a lot of pastel suits.
Oh my God.
He's a really good one for it.
Tuxes, no less. I mean, not just suits, but full-on tuxes.
Yeah.
He's definitely doing a thing, and I respect it. Like, if you look at the journey of Cannes and all of the pastel tuxes, and then like that one bucket hat, because God love him, he loves a bucket hat. Oh my God,
He does love a bucket hat. That's really
He does.
Yeah.
he sure as shit
feel
does.
like he loves an accessory too. His sunglasses, his hats,
He has like
his
weird bow ties.
shoes.
Yeah.
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 I have no doubt that he knows what he's doing. I just don't know that I know what he's doing, you know?
Yeah. No, I understand.
I think it's really interesting that he went gray, like he's not dyeing his hair, and now all of his like monochromatic looks kind of vibe with his hair too. And I'm like, is he just, I mean, I've been looking into like what's your color palette, what's your season lately, and I feel like he's just going straight up like he's a true spring or something.
True spring.
Maybe
I don't know.
like an early summer. I'm just not sure, but like his colors are on point. And
They
maybe
are.
that is what is happening here, and that's why Emma Stone is like a little off, but he's spot on because he had his colors done.
And then
And
he
he
had
listened.
tuxes made in every single one of those colors.
And then he listened. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I think that that's very accurate.
Oh, I mean, I just don't. I respect it. Whatever he's doing, I respect it.
I do
I
too.
love that all purple look he had with like the pastel purple. It was like, I want to say a bomber jacket type thing, and then the purple slacks, just very chic.
Yes.
I agree. I also surprisingly number of white dresses this year, I feel like. Also, what is Eva Longoria doing? Why is she all over Cannes?
I am not sure.
Yeah.
That's
what-
actually a really good question.
Yeah, she's like all over Cannes, and I don't know why. Is she
And she's
producing
really
stuff?
bringing it. I mean, I know that she has been producing lately.
Yeah.
I feel like she's really bringing it in her fashion. She looks amazing. And she's got like
Yeah.
this whole like bombshell thing happening where it's like, you know, always like an hourglass silhouette
Yeah.
gown.
Some
Kind of
them
like the opposite of the Emma Stone philosophy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. She looks beautiful. I think she has her colors down. She's someone who does for sure. I don't love some of them felt like a little bit I hate to say this, but some of them felt like a little bit like Macy's to me. Like like 90s Macy's or like early 2000s Macy's. But
Maybe a little bit.
yeah. Like shopping for prom and being like, "Oh, that one." I don't know. Obviously elevated, obviously better than that. But
I mean,
It's like, obviously they thought about this more. I'm not sure. Some people really fixated on prom, so
yeah, I guess
I'm
so.
sure Yeah, like I do feel like, with the exception of maybe like this silver and black one, like any one of them would fit in at prom. But she looks great.
Yeah, she does. She looks
And
gorgeous.
I also
yeah.
have to say that this was not solely an Eva Longoria problem. A lot of people wore things that felt like they came from Macy's, probably
Yes.
because they did in a pinch, because they had to change what they were going to wear
Yeah.
because of the
point.
rules.
Nothing
So
wrong with Macy's. I love a department store. It's just that, we expect the avant-garde here. So that's why I said something. But yes, I mean, if I were going to go to Cannes, I would be going to Macy's probably, or Nordstrom, and being like, I will
Would
buy
you, though?
something here. What else would I do? I don't know.
I
Do
would shop in your mom's closet
Yeah.
exclusively. I feel
probably
like she
go there-
has
I'd go there
exactly the
first.
thing.
I'm pretty sure she has this Irina Shayk dress that was like voluminous and white with like black dots. Like it was almost like a Swiss
Swiss
lace.
dot, yes.
Swiss dot.
I love
I'm pretty
Swiss
sure she
dots.
has that dress, or like a shorter version. Like, yes, we could have figured it out, but maybe I go like buy something from Pret Porter, but like, or Nette Porter. Sorry, Nette Porter.
Net-a-Porter.
But
Net-a-Porter.
sorry, Net-a-Porter. But that would be my limit. I might need to go to Nordstrom. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and then you and Eva Longoria could just like go to the photo calls together.
Yeah, and I would maybe fit in a little bit if I got my hair and makeup done. But all right, so movies. We're talking all about movies briefly.
Yes. This is like such a fun part of the Cannes situation and ethos, is that like no one has seen these movies because we are not at Cannes. So we've read some reviews, and we've, obviously some journalists that we trust were at Cannes, but I mean, I just don't know. I know like I'm pretty excited about a fair number of these movies. What are you guys excited for?
Well, I have seen a lot of billboards for the Phoenician Scheme,
Of course.
so I'm intrigued for sure. I'm not like a diehard Wes Anderson person. I do like him, but I also want to see History of Sound. That was
Yes.
based on it's from a story that was from a book that was written by a acquaintance from mine from college, and he's actually married to Jenny Slate now. And our friend also narrated one of the stories from that book he wrote, which is also called History of a Sound, which is a collection of short stories. So our friend Zach was narrating that, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, he did the audiobook.
Yeah. So
That's so exciting.
I know.
I'm quite excited for History of Sound. I feel like this is one of these things that just kind of like pings all my interests. And so, we'll see. Although I did read a review of it that said that it was incredibly chaste, and the
interesting.
reviewer was disappointed.
Okay. Interesting. I wonder if I haven't read the book yet. He actually was doing a reading a couple weeks ago, and I didn't go. I should have gone. It was just like super expensive for some reason. I don't know why, because I think they were like having people act it out too, and I was like, I can't do it right now. But yeah. So I wonder. I should have gone, but I should read it, or just listen to our friend narrate it. We'll make him narrate it one evening, the whole thing for us.
Yes,
and,
we'll just have him in, and he can do a reading for us, a private reading.
Yeah,
and
but it was crazy.
we'll
to
put it
see.
on our Patreon.
Can we just invite someone who has no idea what's going on too?
Yeah,
and
we
just,
should.
like, have them
Actually,
come over
it's
and-
basically like one of those things they do. What is it? Not William Yates, or John Burns night.
Burns nights.
Burns night. Let's do
Yeah.
a Burns night, but make him read.
I've always wanted to have a
Me
Burns
too.
night.
Yeah. So
What?
what is a Burns night? It is a Scottish holiday where you get together, you eat haggis, and people read Burns poems.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can eat scones, drink scotch.
Sure.
You don't have to eat the haggis.
I think
but
traditionally it
then
was haggis, but I don't think it really matters.
It was.
I'm definitely down for the scones, definitely down for the poetry, and why don't we do this every weekend?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's
I
do
think
it.
it's also supposed to happen in the
John
It's January. I think it's supposed to be January.
Yeah, it's supposed to be January, so I'm like, why don't we
Is it
like have
John-
more
who's John-
parties?
is it
Robert
John
Burns?
Robert Burns. Oh my god. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Robert Burns.
the
Sorry.
poet.
Sorry,
Guys,
I said John Burns. I
John Burns is a prolific real estate agent in the Binghamton area.
He got in my head.
knew that
Is he the
name
one that
sounded
points
familiar.
at you? Is he the one that points at you in the pictures where he's
I'm
like doing
guessing
this?
that he does.
Oh my god, he's in my head. Okay, Robert Burns. Okay,
I do find
sorry.
those, like, whenever
We'll just do a
realtor
John
is
Burns.
pointing at
Yeah.
me, I'm just like,
That one's especially like almost cartoony. That one. I think
Now,
that,
I feel like we could probably get John Burns in to read the Robert Burns poetry.
we could just do
can
John
he put
Burns
on
and you
a
bring any
Scottish
poem you want.
accent?
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
we
maybe.
do that?
I'm
ask.
sure that he can.
Yeah.
There's no limit to the power of John Burns.
Rachel say they're like, what is John Burns night? I think John Burns. We could make it John Burns night and just read what any poem you want.
Yes.
And we'll make Zach read History of Sound to us, story by story. But anyways, yeah, it was super weird seeing pictures of him next to Paul Mescal,
wait, who's him?
the guy I went to school with who wrote that book.
Oh, and he was
Oh.
standing next to Paul Mescal. So it's Paul Mescal and Josh O'Connor. Is that the other actor that's in
I think so.
this?
I think so. Yeah.
And then he's also in another film. I feel like Josh O'Connor, like, Can is just like the Josh O'Connor show.
He's having a moment. Yeah. Mhm.
And Challengers was at Cannes last year and had like a great time. And I just like, I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, I know. He's having a good year.
I really loved Challengers. And so I'm
Yeah.
really expecting to love quite a few of these movies coming out of
Yeah.
Cannes. And History of
Yeah.
Sound is one of them.
For sure. I'm going to see.
I hope it's not too chaste because I was a little
Yeah.
bit disappointed in Challengers for that very reason. So
I wonder, I feel like if it wasn't chaste, we would have heard about some scenes already. But,
yes.
you know, so that makes you kind of think it might be, but I don't know. Yeah. But
We'll see. We'll see.
yeah.
We're still into it.
Yeah, I definitely still want to see it. Honey, Don't. It's Ethan Coen. Kind of interested in that too.
Yes, that looks very interesting.
Yeah.
And that is the one that has Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
And oh god, starring opposite her is
Margaret Qualley.
oh yes,
Yeah. And
She had a really good Chanel look too. That
I liked her
really
Chanel look
liked.
this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That pink
always
that-
love
yeah.
her Chanel
Yeah.
looks.
Yeah.
She's like, it's like built. It's like made for her. Kind
It's definitely made for her. Like when Margot Robbie was doing a Chanel, it wasn't right. But with Margaret Qualley, wow, I just had a huge. My brain just had like a bubble in it. Yeah, that definitely works for her. So it was just an accident. Won the Palme d'Or, and it's without licenses from the Iranian government, I guess. So
yeah, I
it's
guess
their-
this filmmaker is kind of well known for being pretty subversive. And this film was made, without the permission of the Iranian government and is apparently kind of like right in line with that kind of like subversive tone. I don't know a lot about it except that people loved it.
Okay, great. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I didn't know much about the movies going into Cannes this year,
Yeah.
but hearing you talk about them is making me excited to see them.
I kind of did a post. What do you call it? Like an autopsy.
A postmortem.
Postmortem.
Yeah, I did a postmortem of it. I wasn't really aware what was going on at the time, but so Sloss and Wreck, interesting.
Oh my God. I
Yeah.
was reading the review of this movie and it just made me think of that show, The Rehearsal.
Oh my god, I just started watching that.
The
Yeah.
Nathan Fielder.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God. And I was like, I can't believe that this is a real thing.
Yeah,
But of
so-
course I can.
Of course it is. So Sloss and Wreck, Stephanie. It's a documentary. It was a late addition to the Cannes lineup, I guess, but it's about Shia LaBeouf. He had a experimental theater company in where? LA, New York, I don't know.
Definitely LA.
Yeah, he seems like South Central Los Angeles. And I guess
The best neighborhood in LA.
the best place to bring a crazy person to make a theater company. So I feel like I guess it was very bizarre and borderline abusive, and they made a documentary and Shia LaBeouf was there and was like, yeah, I fucked up, and he's just there like talking about it. Very bizarre. So
yeah, really unsettling how he was like, yeah, like, I'm really proud to have been a part of this, and I'm really grateful to the director of this documentary. Like, and it was just a documentary of him just like truly misbehaving to like possibly a criminal extent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what was he doing? I don't know anything about this.
One
So
comment,
can someone
one
enlighten
comment
me?
he made was, I left a lot of people in the wake of my personality defects. But yeah, I guess he, let me see what they say. I haven't seen it, obviously. Did get a full 2-minute standing ovation.
2 minutes is a very small standing
for
ovation
Can.
for Can.
Yeah.
2 minutes
But,
is like almost, it's like a golf clap, like a, like just to be polite standing ovation.
So we know that he got into a lot of screaming matches. There was physical violence. I don't know what kind of physical violence.
I think he like fought one of the actors, like physically.
What is up with Shia LaBeouf? Like,
nothing good.
Nothing good. But also, what is poor Mia Goth doing with him?
Oh my God. I mean, if anyone can handle him, I feel like it's Mia Goth.
Yeah,
she's
true.
like a Viking warrior.
Yeah.
So I just feel
Basically.
like
Yeah.
Like, I hope that he's respecting her, but also I do believe that if anyone can keep him in line, it's her.
Yeah. That's true. I feel like will be like, listen, I played Pearl. I can do things.
Yes,
but
she is not going to accept a life that she doesn't deserve.
No, never. So I guess the tagline is like a study on the line between mentorship and manipulation. Apparently they were like, oh yeah, he needs anger management therapy. I don't know. There's a lot going on, it seems. So not great. And mostly because of him. I guess he's a very volatile person, as we know, I've heard. So we'll see. I'll be interested to see it, but it might be a little depressing. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a great time, although I probably will watch it.
Yes, I will probably watch it. But yeah, it seems very interesting. And interesting that he's like still there talking about it, and like
that he was like invited, and that he's pro, and that he's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, that he's like, yeah, sorry about this. I'm working on it. But he's always like, sorry about this. I'm working on it. That's like his tagline.
Yeah, when I was reading the review of this, it reminded me of like a cross between The Rehearsal and that show Barry on Max, where like he goes to that acting class and like becomes just like way too involved with like the acting teacher and the people in the acting class. And like it's just,
oh my God.
I don't know. Maybe acting classes are like that in LA. Maybe they are like more family than class.
I've heard of acting classes everywhere being a little like having poor boundaries sometimes.
Well, I did go to an acting class once because I was dating a guy who said, I'm supposed to video my friend doing a monologue, and I forgot, so can you come with me? It wasn't us videoing it, but he asked me to come to like block it out with him, and I was like, sure. It was interesting. Like, I'm glad I went, but that was a very tame class. I mean, obviously, like, and I don't think they like expect to have guests, like people that weren't in the class, but it was just like, oh yeah, acting is just pretending really well. I just forget about it. Yeah. But like that's all they were talking about. They're like, oh yeah, like just like do this and like a little bit of this and like, oh, like, and it's like, oh yeah. But that seemed pretty normal, like weirdly normal. But I'm sure there are weird ones. Like one people was like, oh yeah, if you want to come to class, I'm like, no. I don't want to, like, I can't.
Did it feel
like,
culty?
No, it wasn't even that. Just like I can't project. I can't act. I can't do any, like, I don't want to see myself on anything. Like, I have a hard time with listening to myself with podcasts, so I don't know. But,
yeah, it's a special skill set, and I really respect people who do it well, like Josh O'Connor.
You do it really well. Rachel has a history in film and musicals and plays, but yeah, the guy, what the guy said, he was like, oh yeah, I forget that people like didn't always want to just be seen all the time. And I was like, yeah.
No, some of us don't want to be seen ever.
No. Case in point, Stephanie. No, I know that was technical difficulties, I know. But anyways. So, all right, so Class and Wreck. Any other ones you want to talk about?
Yes, definitely. So the mastermind, Josh O'Connor, as kind of like it seems like a mid-century art thief. I honestly say less. I'm into it. I'm there. Just like... Tell me when and where.
Yeah.
So very excited to see that one.
Yeah.
A little less cheery, Die My Love. People loved this movie, especially Jennifer Lawrence. This stars Jennifer Lawrence and Rob Pattinson, and it's about postpartum depression. So probably not like a really chill hang, but apparently a really good film.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I feel like it'll be hard to watch. Maybe, or maybe it'll be kind of cathartic as a mom. I don't know.
Yeah. You have to definitely like mentally prep yourself for that.
Yeah. Although
so
I
you
don't
can
know.
prep, like it could go either way, I guess. I feel like any show about like depression, I want to see it, but I have to be like in kind of the right headspace.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to like really set a boundary before you consume that kind of content.
Yeah. You have to have had like a really good sunny day, usually, at least in my case.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can deal with this.
Yeah, not before bed when you're like, then you're up all night, like thinking about everything.
Yeah, going through every scenario.
Yeah. Oh, here's something that I think that we will all love. Highest to Lowest.
I'm excited about this one.
Yeah. I think that this is very us coded. This is the new Spike Lee film starring Denzel Washington and A$AP Rocky, who was at Cannes with Rihanna.
That's why they were at Cannes. I saw all of them, and Spike Lee looked a lot shorter than I pictured him.
He's quite short.
Okay, I didn't know that until now.
And I think he had to miss several Knicks playoffs games to be at this event, so he probably was just like feeling a little anxious. At the time we're recording this, the Knicks are still alive in the playoffs, so
Wait,
Spike can rest easy.
I thought he was like such a New York guy. Why is he into the Knicks? Oh, New York Knicks. Oh my God.
Knicks?
Sorry.
Are there other Knicks?
No, there are not. I was just thinking, like, I don't know what I was thinking. I'm sorry. Yes. I was thinking of the Clippers for some reason, I think. Because Knicks and Clippers sound similar to me for some reason. But
in that they are both nonsense words that are names of sports teams. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Sorry. I was like, wait, I thought he was a New York guy. Why is he rooting for a Los Angeles team? Okay. Anyways.
So we're really, really excited about that. It's based on a Kurosawa film, and it's kind of reframed in, I guess, the music industry. So
cool.
I think it'll be a cool hang. Pillion, which unclear what the vibe of this movie is, but I believe that it was kind of the inspiration for the Alexander Skarsgård Kinky Boots moment. And this is like a BDSM biker movie. I don't even know. I'm so excited.
Is Alexander Skarsgård in the BDSM biker movie? Oh.
This is one that Stephanie will love.
Context.
Yeah. Stephanie's like, say that first.
I'm like, wait, can you say that again?
Yes.
Did I hear you right? Okay.
A movie cooked up in a lab specifically for Stephanie.
Yes. And then I am excited also about Eddington. I think that'll be cool.
Oh God, I don't know if I can do it. Ari Aster makes me so nervous.
Oh, wait,
and
what else has he done?
He's doing it on purpose. Well, he did Beau is Afraid most recently.
Oh.
Which is just like a movie that like it like is nervous energy on
He's done
purpose.
Predatory and Midsummer. Okay, okay.
I really liked Midsummer.
Me too.
I did too.
I thought that
So
Hereditary was like true like nonsense, like the worst kind of nonsense. I was like,
It
I,
was
I couldn't.
it was jarring, but by the end I was like, this didn't have a point. Like that's kind of how I
Right?
felt. Yeah.
I
was
just
like,
feel
wait.
like if it,
So
yeah,
yeah, it was weird. I'm like, it was definitely, and everyone was like, oh my god, so scary. And I'm like, okay, yeah, there were some awful moments that were really disturbing for sure, but I didn't feel like there's an obvious one. But it wasn't like at the end I was just like, okay, so
exactly.
we're all just witches. Like I don't know.
Like I hate that when like that is the ending. Like when you're like, oh, it's like a spoilers for Hereditary.
Yeah.
It's like
Yes.
almost 10-year-old movie
Stephanie, plug your
Hereditary.
ears if you haven't seen it. If
But
you want
like,
to see it.
I'm
I-
too lazy right now.
I hate at the end of the movie when like you're like building up the suspense the whole time. Like, is there something supernatural going on, or are
Yeah.
people just crazy?
Yeah.
And then it really is something supernatural. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
so stupid.
Yeah, no, it was like, okay, so this is just magic. Like, okay,
Yeah.
well, it would have
Dumb.
been better if it was something a little bit more nuanced, I thought, for sure.
But
But
anyway,
yeah. Anyways,
this movie's about COVID, so
so I'm sure there'll be no magic in it.
Are we ready for that yet? Like,
the consensus is no.
I feel like the cultural consensus is like we all pretend that didn't happen.
Well,
Like
yeah.
it's too soon.
Well,
Like, you know how people don't like to talk about war like too soon after they go to war
Yeah.
and come home.
I just
but,
feel like
yeah.
time changed after COVID, so I feel like it's always with me, but I don't want to think
Wow.
about it.
Oh, same. I feel like
Like I didn't leave COVID somehow. Like time just changed. I started
no,
working from
like
home. I
it's
never
like
stopped.
a weird
Yeah.
vortex. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a
yeah.
weird vortex where it's like it's
Or
over.
a flat circle.
It's a
Yeah. Time is a flat circle.
Time is a
yeah.
flat circle.
Someone call Matthew McConaughey. He's right.
Time is a flat circle, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
it
feel
became
like
a flat
COVID
circle.
really
and,
drove that home. You know, Ari Aster and I have almost the same birthday.
Oh, interesting. When's
I'm
his
not going to
birthday?
say exactly when mine is, but his is July 15th, 1986.
No way.
I didn't realize he was so young.
Yeah, he is.
Well,
pretty
he
young.
is.
Yeah.
I know when
So,
you
yeah.
said Ari Aster, I pictured like an old Jewish guy, and he's
Right?
a young Jewish guy.
Yeah, Jewish guy.
Yeah. Yeah,
He'll
that
grow
was-
into his name nicely.
Yeah, yeah. I like his face. Just sort of like, I don't know, but it's like he makes like the weirdest movies that are scary. Anyways, sentimental value, another Skarsgård, but Stellan Skarsgård.
Yes, the OG Skarsgård.
Yeah, and Elle Fanning.
Oh, the dad.
Yeah.
Now, I think that this movie was made by the same guy that made Worst Person in the World. Did you guys
Yes.
see that?
Yes. I did not
Okay.
see that, but I've been meaning to see it for
Did
like
I
5
see
years.
that? Oh
Sorry,
my
I'm
God.
talking in my hand. I've been meaning to see that for like 5 years, but I hear it's really good. So
So I
I
have
didn't see
also heard that it's really, really good. And can I tell you that I watched the first half of Worst Person in the World? And apparently everything interesting happens in the second half. So what I saw was like 47 minutes of the most boring Norwegian banality. And I just couldn't do it anymore. And
That's
I
funny.
apparently missed all the good parts of the
Oh
movie,
my
which come at the
God.
end.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh,
It's kind of how I felt watching Conclave. I was like, I don't get this. I don't get this. And then in the last 5 minutes, I was like,
Oh, I get it. Yeah,
I don't think that's how it's supposed to go, but that's how it went in my head.
Yeah.
So
so maybe I should have stuck with it, and maybe I'll finish it, or maybe I'll
Yeah.
just skip ahead to sentimental value.
yeah.
Who knows?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, the only reason I finished Conclave was I was on a flight and was too lazy to go looking for something else. But I'm glad I saw it.
This
What?
movie,
I'm just admitting to being lazy today.
It's
I don't know what
fine.
to tell
it's
you.
fine. That's
Yeah.
not an airplane is the place to be lazy.
Right? I'm like, I don't want to lift my arm. I'm fine.
Apparently, this movie though, it got one of the longer standing ovations. It got a
Mm.
19-minute standing ovation.
Wow.
So people were into it.
People liked it.
Nice.
Yeah. So I guess that means we should probably see it. But then
Yeah, why
again,
not?
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what comes out if anything's available. So a ton of actor as director debuts this year.
Yes.
I mean, a ton meaning more than zero. 'Cause there
More
were a
than
lot.
zero.
Yeah.
It seems like, well, these are like pretty prolific actors. So
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
these films got a lot of attention.
Yeah, that's true. There was Harry. Well, I wanted to say Harry Dickinson. It's Dickinson's
Yes.
Urchin.
Harris Dickinson is the actor who is the director of this movie. You might remember him from the film Baby Girl.
Yeah, and he's still quite young. So
Like so young. Like
yeah,
so young that he like kind of still like when he takes his shirt off has like a baby fat quality to him. Like
Yeah.
I'm not ready for Harris
yeah,
Dickinson.
yeah. I know.
I'm not ready for this movie. I don't know.
I don't know. I know nothing about it, to be honest.
I don't either. I heard that it was fine.
Yeah, yeah. But and then Scarlett Johansson. I don't know anything about it except that June Squibb stars in it. That's all I know.
I know that I like June Squibb.
Yeah.
She reminds me of my grandma.
Oh.
I like Scarlett Johansson. I thought she looked really beautiful on the carpet. I thought that Colin Jost looked really miserable on the carpet, which I think is very funny.
He's like kind of always. I don't know. I feel like he's like the. How do we describe him? He's like the quintessential, like kind of grumpy, but also funny and kind of frivolous New York. I don't know. There's like I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, I think he just is so over everything.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
he's like, I have been the head writer on SNL so long
like,
that
"I'm
like there's
tired."
no difference between my blood and cocaine, and I
He shouldn't be doing that job anymore, to be honest. Like those hours are not good for people.
truly like.
Yeah.
Again, you have small children. Like,
Yeah.
you need to really get it together.
Yeah, that he should be out of that job.
And he's married to Scarlett Johansson, right?
Yeah,
So
like how do they even
don't
spend
screw
time
it up.
together? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it works. Who knows?
yeah. Maybe that's
Everyone's
better that they're
relationship
not
is
together
different.
at the whole time. You know, maybe if he quits, they'll break up. We'll see. I don't know.
I mean, they seem to have like a pretty warm relationship. She did a lot of like, SNL stuff this past year. And
Yeah, yeah. She does seem to like. I think that they get. It seems like they get along really well, obviously, or they wouldn't be married and stuff. And they seem cute, but yeah. So she did that movie, and then Kristen Stewart, of course. I liked your note here, Rachel.
that this movie, The Chronology of Water, is the
Yeah.
most Oscar bait title I've ever heard in my life.
Yep, it is. You're totally right.
The chronology of water.
That's
We're gonna have to design a cocktail for this movie, and it's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
just be water.
It's gonna be definitely be clear. It should be like layers of different clear liquors, somehow separated. So there's a chronology to them.
But you can't tell because they're all clear.
Yeah, yeah. It's a surprise. It's a surprise.
Different densities,
Yes,
but all
exactly.
totally clear.
All have a different molecular weight. Yes, yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
We have to get into the lab and start working on that immediately.
Yes. And then I'd be like, actually, this is the name of a drink, so you can't use it.
Dry
in the movie.
ice could be involved.
Ah,
Oh,
all
yeah, different
kinds of-
phases of
Yeah,
water.
different phases of water.
Just
That's
got
like
it.
the literal
water.
chronology of water. If
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
That's so true.
No, totally.
decide to
Yeah.
start at point A and end at point B, which is water to vapor, I guess.
Yeah. Ice to vapor.
Okay. So yeah, there's definitely a dry
Or ice to vapor.
element.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know.
I love it. We'll have to work on that one.
Yeah.
We'll workshop it.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah, I don't know
jealous.
anything about this film except that it's like about a swimmer, and there was a lot of Chanel going on the carpets, and I loved
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I think it's based on a memoir. One of those, a lot of, again, based on a true story movies. So I think it was based on a
Yes.
memoir. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even talk about probably the movie that I'm most excited for, which is Nouvelle Vague, which is based on a true story, and it stars Zoe Deutsch, who looks absolutely perfect, and who we didn't mention, but who looked absolutely perfect on the carpet. She's one of these like
Oh.
Grace Kelly women who is like
Yeah.
almost like so good looking that sometimes you just like forget that you saw her because you were like you're like like,
Yeah.
what even was
So
like I can't
perfect.
even process this because this is
Yeah.
such a perfect looking individual.
Yeah.
But this is a movie that's about the making of a French movie.
Okay. I
So
think I
very
remember.
meta.
Oh, it's about is she playing Jean Seberg?
Yes.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
interesting
Yeah, she looks a lot like
person.
her. So that makes
Yeah.
sense. But I didn't even see her on the red carpet either, so I'm gonna have to look it up. Yeah.
I think that the cameras were just like, we can't process this perfection. Moving on. Heidi Klum has a huge
That's
train.
funny. Oh, breaking rules. But yeah. All right. Anything else we want to talk about real quick about Cannes?
I feel like there were some like little moments on the red carpet, but my favorite, because I have been there recently, was the moment where Emma Stone was attacked by a bee.
I was trying to find a clip to send to you because I was like,
Oh my
well,
God,
you
it
know
was so
this.
funny.
Yeah.
I think I put a clip in the notes there. It just like she was standing with Austin Butler.
Oh, Austin Butler. Was
Oh,
he
yeah.
in Dune? I had no idea he was in Dune.
Yeah, so she was standing with Austin Butler and Pedro Pascal, just like absolutely getting dive bombed by this bee, and these two men are just like kind of like gingerly blowing on the bee.
Yeah, they're
trying
like,
to,
oh, I'm gonna like grab it. Yeah, like that was funny, and she's like,
and she's just like
ducking. Yeah, Yeah,
like
it was
me
funny.
when there was a bug on our
Yeah.
podcast.
Yes, that's really funny.
So I felt
my
a
gosh.
kinship with her, and I
Yes.
was yeah.
I definitely was like, oh, Rachel's got to see this one. But yeah, Pedro Pascal did not care. I remember seeing
No,
that.
Pedro
Yeah.
Pascal. It seems like the kind of guy who like truly loves bees.
Yeah, he probably does. He's probably like,
Seems like a truly empathetic soul who
Yeah.
understands the importance of pollinators to the ecosystem.
yeah, he's like, don't kill the
and-
bee. Doesn't matter where we are. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But all right, cool. Any other Cannes thoughts?
I know. What do we think, other than the chronology of water, which is almost certainly going to be nominated for some kind of Oscar? What do we think we are most likely to see have like a big release in the US and then like go on to Oscar glory? Just based on vibes.
Well, we know the Phoenician Scheme is going to get a big release because it's already got posters out. I don't think Wes Anderson is much of an Oscar pull guy.
No, I don't
yeah.
think so.
I feel like History of Sound is a type of movie that the Oscars would like, but I don't know if it's going to be good enough based on what we're
It kind
hearing.
of seems like it could end up as like an also ran at the Oscars, although I only have challengers to go on. I don't know why I feel like those are the most similar from last year and this year. But
That was
as we
snubbed, yeah.
remember, they were completely shut out. So,
Yeah.
so Josh O'Connor hedging his bets this year by being in 2 Cannes movies.
Yeah, that's a good idea actually. If you're going to try
Good
to
for
win
him.
something, I feel like highest to lowest will probably do well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
think
got all
people
the
are
pieces.
excited.
It's got and I bet our brother has seen that, the Japanese film. I'm going to ask him about it. But the Kurosawa.
I think it's called High and Low.
Okay, I'll ask him. Not that, yeah, he might not know. But our brother likes Japanese films. That's why I say. But that's definitely got some Oscar bait written on it for me. At least a large release written on it for me. And then everyone loves Jennifer Lawrence. So
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, definitely. What is this one
Die My
called?
Love?
Die My Love has a shot, and if not the film, then Jennifer Lawrence probably.
Yeah. It'll be fun to see. So cool.
And now that everybody has to watch all of the Oscar movies in order to vote, probably the ones with like tougher subject matter and the ones that are not in English, I don't know. I don't know how they'll do.
I was gonna say
So.
because like I don't know if it's just an accident will get much traction in the U.S. even though it won the Palme d'Or, but we'll see.
We'll see. Although, so last year's Palme d'Or winner was also the Oscar winner, because that was Anora. So
That's true.
we'll see.
We'll see. Keep our eyes peeled. All right. What's getting us off the couch or keeping us on the couch in a good way this week?
I am on the couch all week watching basketball. This is my new obsession.
Oh,
What?
wow. Okay.
Honestly, like I have never had the experience of being able to root for a New York basketball
Yeah.
team before
Yeah.
in my adult life. And I mean, now that I'm saying it out loud, they'll probably lose, but I'm just happy to be here. Similar to Timothy Chalamet, I'm just happy to be here.
I might need to look into this because I do think they're fun to see in person, but I haven't seen one in person in like 15 years. So I'll have to look into it.
I would love to go to a game in person.
You know what? We have some family members that might have season nicked tickets.
Oh my God, they're
Yeah.
probably freaking out right now.
I should check with them and be like, "Hey, are you seeing the Knicks? And do you have any
I'll look
extra
for them in
tickets?"
the crowd.
I did say last year, I was like, I really want to go and just see how you guys act because apparently one of them, I think that they're a little rowdy at the games, but
People are rowdy
Yeah.
at these.
Are
like,
they?
Yeah, Knicks
Yeah.
fans are like, they're fun. They seem fun. They're very like New Yorky. Like
yeah,
they like sing New York, New York on the Jumbotron. And like,
yeah, yeah. I'll tell you the whole story that I know afterwards because I don't know if they want their business in the air, but I know
they don't
they're
want it on the
rowdy.
Jumbotron.
I know that everyone there is passionate about basketball in that family. And Stephanie, what is keeping you or getting you off the couch in a good way? A non-depressing way.
Well, let's see. I finished the Mormon Wives TV show,
I have not yet, so don't tell me.
and I got myself on the right seasons and started at the beginning and ended at the end, and
So you finished season 2.
I did. That
Okay.
kept me on the couch a bit.
Ooh.
And now I feel motivated to get off because I feel like off the couch because I feel like I've watched too much reality TV in a really short period of time. So I'm taking like walks to like clean my brain, cleanse that energy. But I have so many
Yeah.
thoughts on the Mormon Wives.
Yeah, we'll
show.
have to do an episode on that.
We will definitely, I've just started season 2, but we will definitely check in on
Yeah.
the Mormon Wives because I think I did watch the first season and I've just started season 2, and honestly, I have way more questions than answers.
It at least deserves a mini. There's at least enough questions for a mini for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of questions.
So if listeners out there, if you also have questions or comments or answers about the Mormon Wives or just like being Mormon in general, please.
What is soft swinging? I still don't
Soft
quite
swinging?
get it.
Okay, they explained it. They said
No, I
that
know, but every time I think
explained
about
it
it,
a
I'm
lot
like,
of
that just
times.
sounds like a high school party to me.
having
that's
sex
exactly
next
what
to
it was.
people.
No.
They explained that in season 2. That's what
Oh,
Well,
they did.
yeah,
didn't
I
get
was
there
at a
yet.
high
Yeah.
school party where a bunch of people went upstairs and did that, and they all
Oh,
came
I was
down.
not
They were
at
like,
that
was
party."
just weird because we were just having sex with our partners, but like in the same room. And yeah, I was not at that level in high school,
I
so
think
I
it
was
was
just
like-
a little like
It
shocked, but
From what I understand, I think it's like this is all I know. We can get into it later, but nothing like sexual aside from kissing. But you can do things in front of other people more
Okay,
than
but
so
kissing.
there's
nothing-
no like intercourse.
No intercourse.
Except with your own
Allegedly.
partner.
Yeah. But
Perhaps
you can watch
in front
things.
of.
Yeah.
Well, so here now I have another
But
question.
I think you can kiss other people.
Do you think that the Mormons, because of like having somewhat of a sheltered lifestyle, think that that's what swinging is? That when you like
Well,
have
that's what I
sex
was
with your
wondering.
own partner, just like in front of other people and their partner?
We're like, oh, it's swinging. Well, I
I
think
was like, is that's what I've been thinking about all day. I'm like, is that really swinging?
well, I think they would
It is
kiss
not.
though. It's like they would do, like the equivalent of spin the bottle as
They
well.
said spin the bottle. They said it a lot of times.
Yeah, but like that was as much as they do with other people who aren't their partners. But they'll do things in front of other people, like they'll take showers together and stuff. But like it's like a group of four, which it seems cold, but whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, have
A
you
group
seen
of
their
four, like,
houses?
That's true.
Seems
I
like
mean,
they have a
like
rain shower situation with like multiple jets, probably.
Yes, they've gotta have those all on. But anyways, this we'll pick this up more later. But yeah, all right. Well, thank you all for joining us.
I'm just like, how much
Yes.
of it is Mormon talk and how much of it is
Yeah.
like an actual, not just with
Yeah.
soft swinging, just like
It's
kind
a
of all
question.
of it.
It's a question.
That's true. Is soft swinging something that's like, do all Mormons do it?
Is it a Mormon invention? Where does soft swinging come from?
Is it because of polygamy?
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say, is it
I have
polygamy?
so
Yeah.
many questions.
Yeah, and like, why are we all surprised? Like, they're the original polygamists in this
Yeah.
country.
I think we need to get
right?
like a former Mormon on the show.
We
to
need
answer
a
our
Mormon.
questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
were a Mormon,
Or former, I understand you probably don't want to talk about it as a Mormon, maybe, but if you're former, maybe you feel a little more free. Please come to us. We have questions. Yeah.
so nysofalites@gmail.com if you want to send us a message about Mormon stuff. Please follow us on Instagram if your religion allows at nysofalites. And we are excited to hear from you, and we will see you next time.
Yep. Thanks all.